everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show. This is Katie. I'm your host. I'm so happy to be here. Oh, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you are listening live, it is the 25th of January. If you're listening to an archive or a replay, I want to also welcome you to the show. I want to let you know that we are over in the chat room, and you can find it by heading over to 12radio.com. Click on the chat button, and you'll be redirected into the Facebook chat. And then, of course, we're also live streaming. So you can find this event live via Katie Weaver Domestic Mystic on YouTube or on Facebook. So if you'd rather watch than listen, that's the way to do it. Go find me there. Hey, how's it going? It has been, the last few days haven't been great energetically. The collective energy has actually been pretty challenging. So I'm curious to know how you guys are doing. And also wonder if there's anything I can do for you. I will tell you that we're going to do a healing circle today. We haven't done one in a while, and I feel like that's something that we need. Everybody feels pretty out of kilter. Out of kilter. Is that right? Off kilter, out of whack. I know. A lot of you guys have had a lot of stress recently, have had some loss. I get it. I do. Things have just been weird. We got word on Friday night that one of our cousins, who's my dad's age, is currently intubated with COVID pneumonia. He's a cancer survivor who just a couple of years ago had to go through a procedure to completely kill off his immune system and start over. And he was a big part of my dad transitioning. He was there when we needed him. He showed up in the most interesting way. The day before my dad died, and most of you know this, but I guess I shouldn't just assume. My dad had prostate cancer that had spread to the bone, and he was on hospice for about 9 months. And it did take a long time for him. And most of that time he was quite well and wasn't all that medicated, and we had a lot of fun. We took a trip, we did a bunch of camping, we did a bunch of going to ball games and all kinds of the things that he loved to do. Pardon me, but the last couple of months got pretty tough. And the day before he died, he was just done. He was ready to go, but he wasn't quite there. And his brothers had come, and my sisters and I were there. We were all there together, and we had a bed in the living room for him at his house. So we were all sitting in chairs kind of around his bed, chatting with him and just being there for him. But he had a panic attack. That was something that started happening towards the end of his life. And we were talking a little bit about feeling just done and tired of doing this and ready to go. And out of the blue, his cousin Dennis burst through the front door and said, "I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm supposed to be here." Well, Dennis and my dad were double cousins. Their moms were sisters and their dads were brothers. So they were as close to brothers as you can get. In fact, when I did my ancestry DNA, his kids showed up as first cousins to me, even though they're not, because we share so much DNA. But anyway, Dennis, very, very religious man in his church, a leader in his church, and a really deeply spiritual person. And at any rate, he didn't live. He lived about an hour and a half away from us, but he had been at a meeting in a town like 45 minutes away. And he said when he left that meeting and got back on the highway to head home, his car just insisted on going the other way towards Kenny's house. And he said, "I didn't know why, but I just had this overwhelming feeling that I was supposed to come to Kenny's house." And so I did. So why am I here? What do we need? And what my dad needed from him was a blessing. There is a procedure. It's kind of like a Reiki session, honestly, but it's something that they do in the Mormon church, and Dennis is Mormon. That is a blessing. It's like a prayer with their hands on your head. And my dad wanted a blessing. And so Dennis put his hands on his head and he gave him a blessing and assured him that it was okay to go and that we'd be taken care of. And he knew he was ready, and all the things that are said in blessings like that. And He stayed for a little while and then he left. And sometime around midnight, he was comatose and kind of in and out. And then the next day, about 3 p.m., he did transition. And I've always felt like, Dennis was supposed to be there. He came when we needed him the most. And I will never ever forget that. And he listened. And in their religion, it's listening to the Holy Ghost. That's what they call intuition. To me, it's just listening to intuition. Maybe it was my mom, poking him and telling him you need to get there. I don't know. But what I know, I don't know who told him. Maybe it was his mom. Maybe it was my grandma. But somebody told him and he listened and he came and he did the thing that needed to be done. He offered the thing that my dad needed to help him to transition and leave this body and get out of that. So anyway, I have a very special place in my heart for Dennis. So at any rate, now Dennis is intubated. And my aunt or my cousin, they've always been aunts and uncles to me, even though they're actually, technically cousins. I've always seen them as aunts and uncles because they're my parents' age. So, you know, for a kid, that makes sense. I don't know, for a 44-year-old, I guess it still does. But at any rate, I spoke to his wife and she said, I just know that Kenny's just right there. I know he's just right there helping him. And it killed me. It killed me. But I know that's true. And when Kenny needed Dennis, he was there. And I know now when Dennis needs Kenny, he's there too. And does that mean he will survive this? I don't know. I don't know. Or does it just mean he's there to help him and help him transition? One thing we know from people that are being intubated, and they have had to put him in a comatose state, of course, um, it's an extremely lonely and can be a scary experience. And I know that on his part, that he's got a whole lot of support. I suppose while he's laying in that bed, that his spirit's probably off fishing and hunting and playing and hell, maybe going golfing. I don't know. But I know he's got the support that he needs. But yeah, that's kind of gutted me this weekend, to be honest. But I've talked to a lot of you guys that are going through stuff, going through stuff. Oh my Lord, you guys, I just got a text from my aunt that Dennis passed a few minutes ago. Okay, well, it's kind of what we figured, but damn it. I was hoping he might win this one. Well, there you go. I guess that wraps up that story, huh? Well, he didn't do it alone. We know that for sure. So, anyway, it's not just me. I know talking to a lot of you guys, you've experienced a lot of loss recently and a lot of grief and just you've been through the mud. I know that. And a lot of us have. I also know that January, the last week in January, is the third and fourth weeks of January historically have the highest rates of suicide of any other weeks of the entire year statistically. And so for me, I know that this is a time where my mental health I need to keep an eye on me and I need to keep an eye on you and we need to keep an eye on each other. We need to be kinder than normal. We need to be aware. We need to watch those around us that sometimes might slip into the abyss and be there for them and with them. So for that reason, I called Luminous this week. You guys, I'm okay. I'm okay. Don't worry. This was the outcome that we were pretty much expecting. I've cried my tears, but at any rate, so Luminous, I called this week the Mental Health Matters edition for this very reason, because we're seeing a lot of people struggling. If you're an empath and you are in the height of anxiety right now, collectively, no big surprise. That's where my empaths are. Uh, Even my empaths who have, have anxiety but haven't, slipped into the depths of it that's where they are right now, is just feeling super anxious. So if you are feeling that, know that you're not alone. That's what a lot of people are going through. So take care of yourselves, take care of the people around you, and just pay attention. There's those people who post on social media the leading stuff, the passive aggressive stuff, the vague booking that a lot of times you just go, ugh, I'm not responding to this game again. Maybe this time just do. Maybe just for fun. Maybe just for the sake of these next weeks being hard ones. Maybe we just do that. Now, I will say in Idaho, we have been blessed today with the sun, and we have not seen the sun in many, many days. And I was so grateful this morning to wake up with the sun blasting through my office window. I opened the curtains and I let it blare in here and squinted all the way through getting my morning work done because I need that sun. I desperately need that sunlight right now. A lot of us do. And if you live in gray, dark places, make sure you're getting enough vitamin D. Maybe get a full spectrum light to sit around. Maybe go and even, I know I hate to say this, but maybe go and tan. I know that's an iffy one, I know. But if you're living in a place where you haven't seen sun in a long time, you might need it. You might need it. Yeah. So think about some things like that that will help you boost you up. But again, really, really please pay attention to others as well. Yeah. Okay. Well, I have a huge show and tell. I'm not even sure how to show it, honestly. It's so big. But I think that I may have created my most favorite resin piece to date. For real. And here's what's really wild about it, it's for me. I make so much that I give away and very little that I keep. In fact, if I keep it, it's usually because I screwed it up and I don't feel good about giving it or selling it. So I have lots of the, misfit toys kinds of pieces that I didn't want anyone else to have because I didn't like them enough. But at Christmas time, I bought these three tables, these three tray tables, and I made one each for my sisters for Christmas, and they turned out really cool. But I had a third one because I did buy one for me too. And so here, this last couple of weeks, Scott and I started designing it, and I had him print all of these little round pieces on the 3D printer, and it took days to print them all. There's 50 of them. And then I finally made it, and I'm so in love with it. I can't even believe it's mine. I'm so excited. So I put a couple of pictures in the chat room already, but I'm going to try to show you guys what it looks like. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. So, I mean, this is how big it is. So what I did is we printed all of these little circles, all these little rounds, and then I resined them in on the bottom so that they wouldn't leak. And then I filled them with all different kinds of glitters and beads, crystals, mica powders, gold flakes, all kinds of stuff, and some just colored resin pieces or colored resin pours. Anyway, and made a whole table of it. And then, of course, when that cured, I flooded the whole thing with another layer of resin so that it's completely flat and they're totally encased so that I can use it as a table. Is that the coolest? I'm so excited about it. I'll probably make some for my Etsy store too, but by God, I'm keeping this one. I have a space. I have commandeered so many workspaces in my house. It's just silly, but I have my office here where I do my show and, hang out with you guys and do a lot of my work here in my office, which is, in my opinion, the coolest and most magical place in my house. But then I also have the art room where a lot of Scott and I's projects happen. But I also have a little spot in the living room. Next to my recliner, I have a table, and I call this space the command center because I can sit right there and work. I can work on the phone, I can work on my laptop. There's a lot of things I can do from right there if I'm not feeling well or if it's just, early morning, late at night, whatever. But the command center, and my kids have always laughed about this, that this is part of mom's workspace. Stay out of it. Don't put your stuff here. Don't sit here. This is mine. Anyway, so I'm going to take the old table out of the command center and put this piece in it. It's the new command center. So there you go. I love it. I could literally, I was sitting on the table this morning while I was eating breakfast and I was thinking I could just look at it for hours. Every piece is so unique and different and cool. I'm just so in love with it. So pretty fun. Alrighty. Well, let's take a look at Luminous. I'm really glad we planned a healing circle today. I feel like that is exactly what we need right now. Yeah. Oh, Karen said she's feeling unmotivated, low energy. I hear that. Karen, we're going to do a healing circle. And if I have time to do some work on you individually, I will too. But I do hear that. The last few days have been that way for me too. And today I hit the ground running. So that's good. Kind of needed to. My basic plan is if the dishes are done and the laundry's done, and with only two people in this house these days, it's not that big of a deal to have either done. If the dishes and laundry are done and the animals are cared for, then if I feel well enough, motivated enough, excited enough to do other things, great. And if I don't, I can at least live with what I've got. Well, and my bedroom's picked up. I like my bed to be made and I don't like laundry on the floor. So as long as those things are done, I can let myself relax and be unmotivated because you're going to have days where you're unmotivated. You are going to have days where you feel like you need to just lay on the couch or that's all you have to give or in your bed or whatever. And somehow we have stigmatized that and guilted that, especially for women, into a place where we can't let ourselves rest. We can't let ourselves relax. We can't let ourselves slow down. And that sucks. But for me, that's my litmus test is if the dishes are done, the laundry's done, bedroom's picked up, bed made, animals taken care of, because obviously that's the first priority, then I refuse to feel bad about taking a day off. I refuse because damn it, we deserve that. We weren't just put on this planet to work, right? We weren't just put on this planet to sacrifice. We weren't just put on this planet to constantly push ourselves. For some reason, that seems to be a going theory that we've really bought into. But you know what? We need to start rejecting it. We really need to start saying no to that and letting ourselves enjoy our lives more without feeling like there's something you have to be doing all the time to validate your worth. That's what society seems to want us to feel like, which is interesting because I think that's really mostly the middle class, right? And women that we have to feel that way. We have to feel like we have to constantly give and do and be in order to be worthy of being on this planet or of being good people or of being good mothers or of being good employees or whatever. Not everybody lives like that, but somehow so many of us have bought into it. No more. Lay on that couch. Stay in bed till noon. Do some of the things that your body needs, that your spirit needs with no apology. Okay, let's pull up Luminous. So, as you know, I publish a magazine with my friends, uh, from mostly from the 1-2 world, and it comes out every Tuesday morning. So you may have already received it. Uh, you probably did, but you can also find it over on my website under the Luminous or Katie's. No, I think it's just called Luminous Magazine on my website now. I guess I should know these things. I'm literally the person that designed it. But let's take a look. I did put links in the chat room and I'm going to pull it up here on my screen as well. Okay. I switched over from our winter theme and switched into, I'm having a hard time making the share happen. Let's see. Hold on. You guys in the live stream, I hope you're still seeing me. My program is stalling. I'm not really sure what this is. Guess we're going to just sit with it for a minute. I switched over to more of a Valentine's Day-ish theme. I do this every year. I love the Valentine's Day theme. Not because of Valentine's Day so much, but just all of the love and the hearts and all the pink and the flowers. And I'm a sucker for these colors, apparently. So this time of year, I absolutely love it. And I always like to, maybe if I cancel it, let's see. Anyway, It seems like every year I end up not giving myself a chance to have the Valentine's Day theme for very long because it sneaks up on me and I put it in the first part of February and then Valentine's Day comes and goes. And anyway, so I switched over a little bit early this time just for fun. So I hope you guys are still seeing the live stream. I'm not sure what's happening. My program is stalled and not responding, so I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm hoping we're still live and all is well. In fact, let me just check on my phone and see what you guys are experiencing. Weird, weird, weird. You know, Mercury is still retrograde, right? There's been a lot of tech stuff recently, a ton of tech stuff. Okay. Okay, so the live stream is good. Okay, very weird. All right, well, I guess, yeah, we're good. Okay, well, I guess we'll just keep going. And I guess I won't share my screen because it won't let me, so we'll just keep going this way. How weird. Oh, Sid said she goes to Dollar Tree to stock up on cute Valentine stuff before it disappears. Yeah, it goes fast. Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a look at Luminous anyway. Like I said, I did call this the Mental Health Matters edition because this is a hard time of year for a lot of people. We come out of the holidays, which can be a hard time of year for some people too, but it's like we come out of so much to look forward to, so much action, so much stuff going on. And then we hit January and it's just taxes, like nothing really good happening. And I feel like that kind of, we hit the wall on that. So that's kind of what my thought process was there. Uh, but January does hit hard for a lot of people. So also, I've been binging The Witcher. Have you guys watched The Witcher on Netflix? I don't know how I never saw season one. I'm amazed that I didn't know about this show. It is freaking awesome. So I finally, so anyway, I did finally start watching it because everyone was talking about season two and I hadn't even seen season one. So now I've seen season one and two. Oh my God. It's so good. It's so good. If you love the like the fantasy stuff, if you love like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Aragon, shows like that, you will love The Witcher. Anyway, so now I've gone through seasons one and two, and well, we'll have to wait for more. In my musings, my article, I just posted a couple of memes. Of course, be kind to your mind, mental health matters, but also a nice little side by side of what mental health is and what mental health isn't. Because you start talking about mental health, and I promise people get weird. They get nervous. We have way too much stigma on mental health stuff. You talk about somebody having COVID, and people are like, oh, yeah, oh my God. You start talking about somebody having schizophrenia, and people get very nervous, or even just things like maybe depression or anxiety or whatever. Like mental health still carries some really crappy stigmas that we still have got to continue to work to beat because who needs this? But I wanted to share a few thoughts on what mental health is and what mental health isn't. Mental health is important. It's something everyone has. It's intrinsically linked to and inseparable from physical health. Truth. It's on a continuum. It's worth making time for. It is part of being human. It is something we need to look after. It is positive and negative. It is changeable. It is complex. And it is real. Now, some things that mental health is not. It isn't a sign of weakness. It isn't shameful. It isn't all in your mind. It isn't always something negative. It isn't something you decide to have. Boy, that is a huge one. It is something to think about It isn't something to think about only when it feels broken. It isn't an interchangeable term with mental illness. It isn't feeling good all the time. It isn't something you can snap out of. It isn't fixed. And it isn't fake news. I thought that was a really, really good list and a fair list because that's one thing I've seen a lot with mental health stuff is we're kind of unfair about it. A lot of times we're unfair about it. And the truth is, most people will experience at least one instance in their lives where they have a mental health challenge. That's really normal. So, why are we so weird about it? That needs to get better. All right. I have 4 new meditations in Planet Meditation this week. So, if you subscribe or if you don't, it's Planet Meditation on YouTube. And Scott and I are teaming up on that channel and building meditations for all kinds of things. Okay. And then we have Bitch Scopes with Kelly coming into alignment, she says. So, good. I think we really, really desperately need that. Here's what she says. Pardon me. Here's what she says for today. Sun square the moon. Inner drives are at odds with needs for security. Neptune square Lilith. Confusion and illusions about how we fit in. And then let's read a scope. Who gets it today? This is a challenge on my phone. Okay, Libra, you are undergoing a significant personal transformation. This has been underway for a good while, but it gets real this year. Your ability to rely on and share resources with another is strengthened. Intimacy is heightened for you, and that can show up in a variety of ways. Your connection to your person or people is definitely deepening. Your family and the values you have around that concept should be front and center right now because of Venus's recent jog through that area of your chart. If you are not married, it may be coming soon. Wow, that's a big message for Libra. Wow, go Libra. But you can read your scope over there and take a peek at what Kelly has to say. That's always good stuff. And lots more stuff. My tip this week again is about mental health. It's okay if you have a bad day. It's okay if you make mistakes. It's okay if you are less than perfect. It's okay if you ask for personal space. It's okay if you put yourself first. And it's okay to take a break from everything. All of those things are okay. JR, I will after the show. I can't right now because my program is stalled. So luckily it's still running, but I can't do anything with it, unfortunately. But I will after the show, I promise. Okay, so there's lots more in Luminous for you to find. I'll let you look at the rest of it yourself. Lots of pretty stuff and nice stuff. And also just love, love, love the graphics. They make me feel very happy. So this is good. Yep. Oh, Amy said, I was just thinking the same thing. I can only do so much for the day, right? There's only so much. And we push so hard. Yeah. When my kids were little, it was more like, moms would say to other moms, play with your kids, let the dishes be dirty, stuff like that, which is great. But you can only let the dishes be dirty for so long. There's only so much you can do. Sometimes you still have to buckle down. But what if you don't feel good about having dirty dishes in the sink? Or what if you don't feel good about not making dinner or whatever? What if you don't? Those are things that actually do make you feel good. Then what? Then your self care matters there too. Everybody is different. Everybody's different. You have to know you and give yourself permission to be you. Okay. Well, moving on. Let's go ahead and have our healing circle. I think this is a good time for it. So, I'll take you through our normal thing. We're going to go to the place we normally go to. We'll do the thing we normally do. I think that sometimes repetitive patterns like this are really helpful. So we're going to go to our regular place. We will do our meditation, and then I'll leave some space there for you to allow anyone to put anything in the circle that you want to put. It could be you. I hope it is you and your families or any other situations that are arising. I'm going to ask for peace on our planet because there's some stuff brewing globally that I think is a little concerning or maybe a lot concerning. So, all of the things that we would like to see, all the things that we'd like to change, I think it's well for us right now to focus on those things and focus on that. So remember that in this kind of work, envisioning the highest and best outcome is your very best option. So, for example, perhaps you have a sick pet. Put her in the circle, envisioning her highest and best health, or like I said, for peace on our planet, or for you, for whatever it is you need. Let's reflect back to that person, place, or situation the highest and best energy that we can. Yeah, that's the most important piece. So I'm going to ask you all to just take a deep breath here with me. Good. Now I would like you to picture yourself walking down a forest path. The sun is shining, it's warm but not hot. Walking along this heavily wooded path, you can smell the trees. You can feel the pine needles crunching under your feet. With every step you take, you are getting deeper and deeper into your spirit and closer to a place where we are gathering for healing, for you, for me, for anyone else that we intend stepping into this circle. I'm going to count now from 10 to 1, and as I do, I'd like you to continue walking down this path, getting deeper and deeper into your spirit as you get closer and closer to the opening in the trees, to the meadow where we're going to gather. Starting with 10 now, continuing to walk through the forest. 9, 8, 7, walking along the path, breathing, feeling comfortable and confident about your ability to enter this space. 6, 5, 4, more than halfway there now. Feel the sunlight on your face. Feel a cool breeze wafting through. It's comfortable. Hear the birds. 3, so close now you can see the opening in the trees. 2, almost there. And 1, step out into the meadow. Keep walking forward now. You can see a group gathering. You can see other people walking out of the forest in various openings and places. You'll see me. and others here that you know, and many that you don't. Gathering with one heart, one intention. You are safe here. You are loved here, and you are wanted here. You belong here. At this time, let's take hands, building this powerful circle. We've come here today for healing, for anything that you intend. At this time, I would like you to put anything in the circle that you would like our influence to touch, holding space for their highest and best good. I'm asking to hold space for peace in our world, for global peace at this time. And I'm asking for prayers for my family and for me and for all those that might be hurting around me. Go ahead and ask for what you need at this time. Very good. All of your intentions have been received with love, and they're all in front of us now in our circle. So at this time, we must all do what we do. Perhaps you'll pray. Maybe you'll send love from your heart. Maybe you'll chant or sing or do some kind of energy work. Maybe you'll just send love from your heart, holding all of our intentions in the highest and best light. There is no wrong answer. It is all correct. So let's go ahead and spread that light now. Continuing to send our light, holding our intentions in our highest and best image, knowing that the power of our collective work is insurmountable. Very good. Take just a few moments now to finish up. Good. And we are done. You may release the circle now. Say your goodbyes, knowing that you can come back to this place anytime you choose for healing, for peace. This is your place. You have every right and reason to be here, and we'll all be back. And now heading back, walking back across the meadow, back to your path. And in just a moment, I'm going to count forward from 1 to 5. And as I do so, I would like you to come back. With 1, you'll start very, very deep in your spirit. And by the time I reach 5, you'll be wide awake and refreshed. You'll remember everything you experienced in the forest today and in our circle. You'll bring this light, this hope, these blessings with you. Stepping back onto the forest path and walking forward, starting with 1, still very, very deep. 2, getting lighter. 3, much, much lighter now. 4, almost there. And 5, wide awake and refreshed. Stretch. Yep. Take a few deep breaths here. Out of body work is just that. So you want to stretch yourself and bring yourself back into your body. And thank you. That was amazing. I would love to hear your experiences. If you want to comment in any of the chat rooms, I'm paying attention to all of them. But I would love to hear how you did. That's such good work. We needed it. We need to do that a little more, I think. I need to stop waiting until it feels like, it feels dire, and maybe we do a little bit more housekeeping. Okay, just jumping into the chat room here. Okay. Oh, Rebecca had said lots of baggage and issues coming up for me the past few days. Yeah, this Mercury in retrograde has brought a lot of old stuff up. I've heard that from a lot of you guys, whether it's actually people physically showing up or just in your dreams, your meditations, your thoughts, just a lot of stuff happening. Yeah. Pamela said I could use a bit of a zap if you're moved to. I feel like I'm fighting something off. Yeah, Pamela, let's give you a big boost here. Yeah, you are. All right, so we're going to call in the ethereal energy of gold and of rubies because they're amazing for fighting things off. I'm going to start at your feet, and I'm going to run those energies all the way through every cell of your physical body, every layer of your emotional body, and every fiber of your spirit body now. Okay. Good. All right. Well, I will join you, Pamela, in just seeing you in your highest and best health and feeling better quick. I'm sorry, babe. Okay. Let's see. I think it was. Oh, no. Let's see. Norella needed a scan. Norella, let's take a look. Yeah, you're pretty muddy too. Your aura is really heavy. So I feel like the stress of people around you and collectively, all of the conflict currently, especially in the States, is just wearing on you. You're mad, you're frustrated, you try to stay away from it, you get kind of lured back in. Like overall, I feel like you've been slimed. So I am going to clear your aura. Oh, good. That yawn means that good work is happening. Lots of energy moving when it makes me yawn. All right, just peeling that aura up and off of you, all that heavy stuff. Your aura is a little bit like a cobweb, and sometimes it just is sticky and takes on a lot of energetic and psychic debris. Okay, Norella, that's a lot better. Let's get some really good light around you. Lots of oranges and pinks coming up around you. Will help brighten you up here a big reminder here to focus some of your energy, most of your energy, on what you like, want, and what makes you happy. Better. Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay. And then Karen had needed a boost. Yes, Karen. Let's see what you need. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing for you that I just did for Norella. Your R is really heavy too. All of us empaths, ugh, we're so sick of this place. We got to shift our focus back to things that brighten us up and make us happy, because lately, oh my gosh, the world's just too chaotic, too mean spirited for us, and very much for you, Miss Karen. So I'm just lifting up your aura, clearing out that big layer of heavy stuff. Your aura was heavy in a way that it kind of tightened you down so that you can't expand and breathe. That is a really crappy feeling. So this will feel better. Your aura, I mean, it doesn't breathe like your lungs breathe. It doesn't require oxygen, right? But it does have a flow about it that if you get tamped down like that and you can't expand, you feel very, very uncomfortable in your skin. Okay. All right. Putting some light around you, some big light. Oh, very royal colors, purple and gold coming up around you. So we'll get a lot of that and just really pull your aura out and let it expand and let you breathe. Oh, that feels a million times better. That's going to lift your energy up naturally. So today, really throw some of your energy into things that, again, make you happy, that hold your attention. Yeah. Okay. Let me just double check the chat room here. And then I'll move on into the other chat room. Oh, Renee said, when I got into the healing circle, you were handing out flowers to everyone. Thank you. Loved this healing circle. Thank you, Renee. I did too. It felt just right. Pamela, you are so welcome. My honor. Okay. Deb said that was wonderful. I felt a wonderful clearing. Trish said, I felt your uncle return to the light. Thank you, love. Me too. Sid said, I think your voice and pace create the perfect imagery and easy flow into the healing circle. It really reduced my frazzled, burned out feeling. Thank you. You're so welcome. You know, when I first started doing meditations, because remember, I had a center and I did these in person for a lot of years. And when I first started doing them, it was the most awkward, uncomfortable. Like, you really have to get used to, it's almost like a performance, you know? You really have to get used to putting your voice out there and letting yourself speak and letting yourself be heard and hearing you. It's definitely a practice. So thank you for that, Sid. It makes me laugh thinking about how weird I used to feel doing meditations because of the way you speak for them. But anyway, it's natural now. It is Deb's birthday. Deb, happy birthday. I'm so happy that you're here. Let's pull you a few cards for your birthday. And then we must get our weekly message from Kathleen's book. All right, so I'm pulling cards from the Gratitude Oracle. I think in the essence of time, we better pull one card. Pardon me, I got a little out of sync with the clock. Okay. Oh, Deb, the card is believe. Isn't that beautiful? Just believe. I love that. What a great affirmation for you to believe in yourself and to let yourself believe in what feels right to you. I feel like you have had a lot of conditioning from the past as far as beliefs are concerned, maybe religious, spiritual beliefs, things like that, and that you've changed over time. And this is a great affirmation to you to that's okay. You're on the right track. You may allow yourself to believe. Okay, well, here we go. This is our We Are Here For You book of channeled messages from Kathleen Peterson. And we're going to go ahead and flip the book to a page. It is Guinevere. So this is Kathleen's channeled message from Guinevere. Today I come to talk about romance and romantic love. I am here to assist you in your search for romantic love, both for those inside a current relationship and for those who have none and wish one. I see that many of you are unsure where to go and whom to trust. I will assist you with this. It is important that when you seek romance, you know who you are and accept that whoever is attracted to you wishes you to be who you are and not give yourself over to them. I stress that you are unique, and it is that uniqueness that attracts someone originally. Many of you become involved in romantic relationships and then try to please your partner by trying to become who you think they want you to be. I am here to tell you to remain in your truth. Romance can be a part of your life when you are precisely who you are. Do not give away parts of yourself to please another, for then the relationship is based on a false premise. Be true to yourself and at the same time, be open and willing to accept another exactly for who they are. You are all divine, and part of the attraction between two people comes from that part of you. Romance is wonderful when two people find each other and revel in the similarities and differences each brings to the relationship. Open your hearts and share who you are. Be true to yourself and to your love. Know that in many instances, each of you has fears and doubts. Call on me, and I will assist you to be open in sharing the relationship. Know that the more complete you feel within, the more open you can be in the relationship without any expectations that the other will fill your empty spaces. Approach romance with a light heart and an open mind. Allow it to unfold at its own pace and be at peace. Romance is wonderful. It brings a glow to your life because it is an outward manifestation that you feel loved. Call on me to help you in this area. Know that when you can experience romance at whatever age, be open and optimistic that if this is what you desire, I can help you find it. Be willing to receive as well as give, for romance is a two-way interaction. I send my love and blessings. Let love flower in your life, and when you feel stuck, call on me. May your life be filled with love, light, and romance. There you go. So that is our message from Kathleen this week. So as always, thank you, Kathleen. And happy birthday, Deb. One more peek into the chat room here quickly. Yes. Okay. Well, you guys, you will find me over at 12Listen. You know, I'll be over there doing what I do. And I would love to talk to you over there if there's anything I can do for you. This is the last week that the 12-month reading will be posted. I usually only keep that up during January. So if you're wanting to get a 12-month reading from me, that's a Zoom call where we meet face to face and do that work together. This would be the last week to purchase it. Unless you send me a message. If you want to buy it at another time, just send me a message and we can work that out. Yeah, we can do it. So thank you so much for being here. I adore you guys. Thank you for being a part of my path. Thank you for all the extra love and support today. I honor you, I see you, and I appreciate you very much. So much love. All right, guys, this has been the Katie Weaver Show here on 12 Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the world. Take care.